Housley's outside the UCLA Medical Center in Los Angeles, and we gather, Adam, that there were two attempts made to resuscitate him, one at this mansion in Holmby Hills and the second there at the hospital.
That's right, Mark. You know, this all began about 10 hours ago. We're told that his live-in physician first tried to administer CPR when the 911 call was made. That did not work, of course. And then in the ambulance and all the way to the hospital, we're told it took about an hour of them attempting to revive Michael Jackson before he was pronounced dead. Again, about a full process from start to finish, an hour or so, counting inside the mansion and the ride to the hospital and at the hospital itself. And that was, again, about 10 hours ago or so, Mark.
Now, the UCLA, I think, have issued a statement saying full cardiac arrest, but now the body is under the auspices of the coroner's office. So quite clearly there had to be an official investigation, post-mortem examinations and so on.
Exactly. You know, there's been a vigil out here in front of the hospital throughout the afternoon and now into the evening, and at one point the helicopter carrying his body to the coroner's office was flown away from the hospital. Normally they would take a coroner's van, but it was just chaotic around here. It would be way too hard to have done that, so they flew him over there. We're told that tomorrow morning between 7 a.m. and 8 a.m. they'll begin an autopsy, which will take for most of the day. They're expediting the process because they want to answer the questions and get the body released to the family, and as you can hear the fans behind cheer, allow for the grieving process for the family to continue, as well as for them to say goodbye. Mark?
Now, we understand detectives are at the house in Holmby Hills, this sort of French chateau. They're investigating, as they say, because of the high-profile nature of this death. I mean, is there any suggestion that Jackson had been ill in the past week? Because, of course, he had this huge world tour he'd been preparing for.
Right. Yeah, well, you know, they did put robbery homicide on the case. That's the best and brightest for the police department when it comes to something like this. They did it because of the high-profile nature of the case and because there will be questions about the possibility. I mean, we're already hearing the rumors about, was it drugs, was it overdose? I mean, you don't know until the autopsy comes out. But because of those rumors, they put their best on the case to be able to answer any questions they believe people might have about what happened. As part of that, the investigation includes going to the home, as you mentioned. That's taking place. It's going to be quite a process here in the next day or two, and we expect the results at some point next week as that goes forward as well. You know, Mark, it's been quite a day here in Los Angeles. It started with Farrah Fawcett. I know we spoke with you guys in London about that last night, your time, and then it's concluding with the death of Michael Jackson. So quite a day in Los Angeles, quite a day for Hollywood, for many fans here who are very sorrow tonight as the King of Pop is dead, as well as yet another icon who passed away this morning.
Indeed, and in terms of Jackson, how are they remembering him, Adam? Because, of course, it's a very different story. We were talking to you and other Fox correspondents a few years ago up at Santa Maria in this court case. Are they remembering him as this huge pop icon, or do they too reflect on this very eccentric, odd and difficult private life?
Yeah, well, those that are here right now are remembering him as the king of pop. I mean, that's what they've been singing and dancing and talking about for the last few hours, especially. Right behind me, you'll see a lot of people here standing with signs, in fact. That's what people are remembering about now. It's the same kind of scene that we saw at the courthouse during the trial at times, Mark. I know I spoke with you about it a number of times at Sky News when we were going and covering the story there at that time. You also asked about his condition. You know, he's always been somewhat sickly in recent years, and there's been a lot of suggestions of why that might be. I'm not a doctor, so I'm not going to speculate, but I can tell you even during the trial we went to the hospital several times when he was taken there. We're told also as he practiced at Staples Center the last couple of nights in preparation for the concerts in London that he was lethargic and that he wasn't himself, and in times he showed up 2 and 3 hours late and the backup dancers would be waiting for him to arrive. So there were some suggestions that he had some health problems in recent days, but I can tell you that right now what people is happening outside is people are remembering him, they're singing, they're dancing, they're wearing gloves, they're holding pictures and signs, and there's helicopters above, helicopters that followed his body from the hospital to the morgue and now hover above people who are remembering Michael Jackson out front of the hospital where he died.
Adam, live for us in LA, Fox News outside UCLA. Thanks very much indeed for all that.